August 1947. A little later, on the 23rd of March 1949, marking the 9th anniversary of the Lahore Resolution, the progressive poet Faiz Ahmad Faiz, in his editorial for the daily The Pakistan Times, mused, "The dream is as yet unfulfilled." Faiz, for whom the bloody end of British India was not the Subh-e-Azadi, dawn of freedom, had articulated the anguish of millions in his memorable verse thus: "This light, smeared and spotted, this night-bitten dawn, this isn't surely the dawn we waited for so eagerly. This isn't surely the dawn with whose desire cradled in our hearts we had set out." Now, he lamented the fact that the ideals implicit in the Lahore Resolution were yet to be realized. Already so much seemed to have changed, including that Jinnah was no longer alive, having passed away on the 11th of September 1948. Much of the last 70-plus years in Pakistan and in writings on Pakistan has been spent in what scholar Farzana Sheikh called making sense of this dream and the efforts at its realization. They range from the novelist Salman Rushdie describing the country as insufficiently imagined in 1983 to the historian Faisal Devji declaring it the Muslim Zion 30 years later. In this span of time, one of Pakistan's best-known citizens, the Lahore-born public intellectual and activist Tariq Ali, once bluntly asked, "Can Pakistan survive?" As if in an attempt to answer him, the existing literature has exhausted suggestive epigrams like The State of Martial Rule, 1990, Eye of the Storm, 2002, Between Mosque and Military, 2005, Military Inc., 2007, A Hard Country, 2011, On the Brink, 2012, A New Medina, 2014, and The Pakistan Paradox, 2015. These titles have together typecast this Muslim homeland of over 200 million and its diaspora in contemporary global politics. The spirit of struggle for Pakistan in 1940 to 1947 has thus long since metamorphosed into the spectre of an existential crisis. While internally the people and the regime of Pakistan confront challenges of consolidating a national culture and a political economy, externally, the nation-state has, in recent times, faced calls to be declared a rogue state. It used to be the United States of America's most allied ally in Asia during much of the Cold War, from the mid-1950s to the mid-1970s. Two events in 1979 in its western neighbors, the Islamic Revolution in Iran and especially the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, posed a security dilemma with considerable human dimensions for Pakistan throughout the 1980s, while enhancing its intergovernmental relationship with America. Similarly, with the emergence of the Taliban in Afghanistan in 1994, and especially following the 11th of September 2001 attacks on America by Al-Qaeda, Pakistan found itself on the flight path of American power, becoming a frontline state in America's war on terror. On the 2nd of May 2011, Osama bin Laden, the founder of Al-Qaeda and thus a major target for the United States, was killed in Abbottabad, less than 100 kilometers from Pakistan's capital. His presence there, whether for a few months or for some years, as asserted by the investigative journalist Seymour Hersh in 2015, made it impossible to refute allegations of deception and duplicity concerning bin Laden's exile. Any credibility that Pakistan had in the Western international community rapidly disappeared. It is difficult to conjure up an image of Pakistan that is not associated with violent conflict, religious fundamentalism, global terrorism, the army and its agency, the inter-services intelligence, and the country's nuclear weapons. Within the region, Pakistan has been locked in conflict with India since their emergence. This increasingly unequal rivalry, which has seen